Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news. That would be Native News Today, and that would be Gerald Wofford, which would make me, Jason Salzman, thanking you for being with us for another great 30 minutes. We've got a great show lined up, and Gerald, we're just so thrilled to be here with the folks at home, as always.
Absolutely. Here we are already in the middle of June, and as we always say, we appreciate you joining us here on this great afternoon. At least we hope it's a great afternoon for you, and as always, we want to make it a great afternoon by bringing you some great Native American stories.
Yeah, and what better way to do that than officially kicking off the festival this weekend? You know, as you go down 75, coming through Altmalgi, if you're coming through the area and you look out there and go, gosh, where are all those cars coming from? That entire field out there is full of cars. That's because the slow pitch tournament's going to be going on out there at the Claude Cox Omniplex.
Absolutely.
Pull in there and check out some great ball and a lot of people, great competition. And another thing, Gerald, it's totally free. You don't have to go, let me search for the wallet. You know, they're going to be taking money at the gate. No, you just go right on in there and enjoy it.
There you go. Now we can say that the festival officially kicked off the first weekend in June with the Miss Creek Nation Scholarship Pageant, and as Jason alluded to, the slow pitch softball tournament going on this weekend. Next week, though, the bulk, if you will, of all the festival events will be occurring in Okmulgee. Yeah,
and you know that's when you'll see the folks at Muskogee Media here, at different locations having to come up for air. You know that we're just so busy during that weekend, but it's a lot of fun, of course, and you'll see that here on the program for sure. Just looking back at our weekend and
now we got a confirmation on that parade.
Yeah, man, we'll be there.
Are we going to be?
Yeah, we'll be there. Okay. Yeah, we'll be there.
We will be in.
It's going to be cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that. They're going to have some security because I know a lot of people are going to come out to see you and I.
Yeah, absolutely, and we hope that you're out there to see that.
Yeah, make sure that you come for the parade.
Yes.
Stay for me and Gerald's antics. You won't be disappointed, I promise you that. So all that going on this weekend, and hey, tomorrow, if you're in the Eufaula area and down there, us locals, like to call it Peters Point. Okay, a lot of great times out there over the years, but it's right back there across from the Cove, and they have directions. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of people know the Cove, but Peters Point there is just a stone's throw away across the Cove. It's a great little spot, and that's where they're going to be launching and having a lot of activities in the first ever Muskogee Bass Classic, the first time fishing tournament as part of the festival. So that's going on tomorrow if you're in the Eufaula area, and all you folks down there watching in Eufaula, maybe Cheryl Gouge, my good friend Cheryl Gouge can get down there and check it out, take the kids down, and it'll be a great event. And so we're really looking forward to that. And I know you've had a busy week here too. I mean, just let us know about it.
Absolutely, all things going on, and as you mentioned, our eyes now are on the Creek Nation Festival. So many great things happening, and of course, we hope you come out for that.
You got it. Now, for this week's show, we'll get into the festival stuff a little bit later on, but we've got so many great things, and really a varied show here today with different things going on. But first off, we'll take a look out at the ball fields. We talked with Will Lowe just about getting things kicked off this weekend. Obviously, want to keep the festival on folks' minds as we do here. And then we'll get to a historic meeting that took place. Governor Fallon actually had a dialogue with all the state's tribes representatives, and that was a really historic thing. Also, we take a look at professional angler, and he just won this past weekend, Jason Christie. He let us come out on the boat with him as he was practicing for this tournament. Native News Today might be a good luck charm. So we got all that and lots more. So everybody get ready for a great 30 minutes coming up. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take our first break. We'll be right back. You're watching Native News Today.
Hello, I'm Principal Chief George Tiger of the Muskogee Creek Nation. Our state has been devastated by the recent tornadoes. Homes demolished, dreams diminished, and lives forever changed. We at the Muskogee Creek Nation want to take a moment to share our sympathy and console those who are in grief. In times like these, there are no racial or color barriers, only human compassion. Our spirits are hurting, but not broken. God bless America, and God bless Oklahoma.
Every 7 minutes, someone loses their eyesight. What do people with low vision look like? What do they see? Project Native serves Native Americans by offering hands-on workshops using low vision equipment that help with everyday activities. Please call 918-456-5581 for details about this free program. If you are Native American with low vision problems, let us help. Call 918-456-5581.
Pumakasam gadat, ibufanga, nage, adigat, punhayadit omega, azayididet omis.
Diosnok. That's true. Throughout the generations, our elders have taught us to preserve, share, and more importantly, protect the abundant natural resources we have here in Oklahoma. We are the original environmentalists and protector of these resources. The Muskogee Creek Nation believes tribal and state governments must work together to ensure future generations will have clean air and clean water as the ultimate legacy. What is good for Oklahoma tribal nations is good for all Oklahomans. Remember, tribes are truly the original Oklahomans.
And welcome back to Native News Today. Jason Salzman, Gerald Wofford. And Creek Nation Festival is officially upon us. Will Lowe, the Tourism and Travel and Tourism Director, Creek Nation, certainly the man and about making sure everything is in place. We got a chance to visit with him this week.
You got it, Gerald. I mean, his department basically puts on the festival. You know, they're charged with getting everything ready and making sure it's all done up, and they do a fantastic job. So, you know, if you watch the program, and I know a lot of our viewers are loyal, watched us for years. You know, every year we kind of have, you know, these lead ups of festival preview, and definitely we had to have something on this Saturday talking about, you know, the ball tournament's getting going, softball out there, slow pitch, and it's always a big draw. You know, you got 58 teams just in slow pitch this year.
You know,
so
they're actually up from that last year, Jason.
Yeah, I think so.
They had 50 teams, 58.
58, growing every year. So with that in mind, went out to the Claude Cox Omniplex, talked with Will Lowe, kicking things off, and it's a big weekend. You know, for the past couple of years, there's been really a lot done out here at the ball fields, and you know, I think that the Creek Nation's really made this recreation, tourism, you know, a priority in those 2 years, and really, you know, as you can see, this is one of the finest places to play in the state, and so I think that says a lot about what that tournament means for the festival.
Oh, you bet. We've done all kind of different improvements out here. The field we're at today, on all of our fields, we actually added warning tracks because just like when you play, you go hard at it, and you
there's an imprint of your head out
for
there
sure,
right
yeah.
now in the
But
fence
you know, the other thing is I've done a lot of time on the bench, so I just see my fellow players out there being safe and adding the warning tracks. We've added some overheads and have really done some nice yard work out here for the field.
And it looks great. Like I said, you know, a part of that is also other organizations that see this place as a viable stop on the softball community. So it becomes something that's not just a great spot for the Creek Nation one weekend out of the year, but the entire year, this place is sanctioned with the National Softball Association. You can have big time tournaments out there.
Oh, certainly. You know, we always get asked from USSSA, ASA, NSA, they all want us to be sanctioned underneath them, but the thing we like to do is we'll definitely work with them and keeping our options open. So from, I would say, the 1st of January until it's too cold to play, even in November or December, these fields are booked every weekend.
Yeah, and the reason we did the interview this section of it on the bench is we wanted you to be in your natural habitat.
This is where I'm at. Yeah, this is what I'm used to being at. So for sure, for sure.
58 teams this year. I mean, that's a big turnout.
Oh, for sure. You know, and that's just our numbers for the slow pitch.
Right. Yeah.
For the slow pitch weekend, and you know, with all them families coming in to watch their moms or dads play ball, I mean, the way we feed into the economy of Okmulgee, I mean, that's just something else. Where out here, just competition-wise, it's great to see that many people getting out and moving around and playing for those jackets or hooded sweatshirt.
You got it, man. Well, hey, if folks that are driving by on 75 and see all the cars, see how many people are out here on any given weekend, and that goes to what you're saying. Really helps out City of Okmulgee, really a great spot and a stop for a lot of people. So, going on this weekend, and if you still got a little bit of time to get out here, the games will probably be going on into the night. So Okmulgee's the spot to get everything kicked off this weekend right here at the Claude Cox Omniplex. Will, thanks for being with us.
Thank
man.
you, Jason.
You got it.
Tribes dealing with the state concerning tobacco compacts has always been an ongoing issue, but it's always good when state officials will meet with tribal officials to discuss this very controversial subject.
And I think that's that's the start there. We look at the tobacco compacts and gaming compacts, and we have to work together with the state. They have to work with us.
Right.
So it's a give and take, and it's a 50-50 thing, or at least it should be. And I think that the tribes gathering together and saying, look, we want a dialogue, we want a regular meeting with the head of this state. And it's a government-to-government relation. They're a state, we're nations. We are nations within the state of Oklahoma. It doesn't mean we're part of the government or anything like that. We're all sovereign. But I think it's having that dialogue, having that opportunity to sit down and air our concerns, air our needs, and then listen to what they need too. And sitting across the table from one another. And Chief Tiger set up this meeting, historic, and that's the Governor Fallon coming to the River Spirit Event Center.
The Muskogee Creek Nation was honored and humbled to be able to host this very historic meeting. It's ironic that prior to statehood, Muskogee Creek Nation hosted another meeting on the proposed Sequoia State. So we've kind of come full circle, and we're very encouraged by what we were able to share with the governor on our concerns with a government-to-government relationship. We believe this is a good start. One of the things that we've proposed to the governor was having the ability for tribal nations to visit with her twice a year so that we can be on the same page, if you will, on some issues or concerns that we all share, regardless of what size tribal nation we may be here in Oklahoma.
The primary importance from my aspect is that we're constantly reminded that we're Indians. And it's not just the fact that we have obligation to our citizens, but we feel that the governor has obligations to the very same citizens that are members to our tribe. New governor, there's a new agenda. New mayor, it's a new agenda. New school superintendent, it's a new agenda. So my job continues to go on and on and on. And many times those individuals harbor racial enmities, and it's time for this state to grow up. When Governor Henry was inaugurated, he invited Oklahoma Indian nations to attend his inauguration. And he recognized us as tribal governments before the state of Oklahoma was a government. He put us in the front row, the Oklahoma Senate, and the row behind us, and the representatives behind the senators. So that was giving us a high consideration with regard to Governor Henry's inauguration. We haven't gotten the same type of consideration under Governor Fallon.
Well, I want to thank Chief Tiger today for hosting me here to meet with our tribal leaders in this area of Oklahoma. We've had a tremendous meeting, and the purpose of today's meeting was to be able to sit down with the tribal leaders, talk with nations to our state, talk sovereign to sovereign about various issues that face not only the tribes, but certainly ways that the state can work together in collaboration, communication, on various partnerships. We talked some on compacting and just various issues that Oklahoma and the tribes work together on. So I just want to express my appreciation for all the leaders coming together. They have provided us with very useful information. The state of Oklahoma, and certainly myself as governor, recognizes the tremendous impact that the tribes have upon our economy, upon our revenue of our state, the job creation, the important significance of its culture, its heritage in Oklahoma since before our statehood.
This is an organization that went dormant for a time, but was reactivated, and whenever all the nations join, the forces will be 47 strong from Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. The main topic was the compacts, but also during today's meeting we talked about how partnerships could be formed with the state, with the tribes, that will benefit everyone.
Well, in Oklahoma City, the Jim Thorpe Games continue to grow each and every year. This celebration of sports activities for the Native American communities it's certainly an exciting thing to look forward to.
Well, and you know, it's quite a thing to live up to, Gerald, when you put the Jim Thorpe name on anything athletically, because very much widely considered the greatest athlete of all time. I mean, several publications have named him that, reputable sports authorities. And so you look at the Jim Thorpe Games, and naturally, you know, you're going to see a lot of great competitions, a lot of different sports, a lot of different ages. You know, people think a majority of the participants are kids, but there's senior golfers, things like that, as we mentioned in the story. So what's neat about it, too, is we got a chance to speak with Jim Thorpe's son as part of this story, Bill. And he says it in the story, but one of the things that Jim always wanted was a junior Native American Olympic Games. This is the closest thing to that. So with that in respect, it was great to be in Oklahoma City for the Jim Thorpe game.
We're really excited. Last night was our opening ceremony for the 2013 Jim Thorpe Native American Games. This is our second year. So we once again have athletes coming in from all over the United States to participate in the 10 sports. We have everything from wrestling, which we're watching right now, track and field, cross country, basketball, tennis, golf. So it's just a great opportunity for Native American kids to participate in all these sports. I think my youngest competitors are 5 this year, and that's in martial arts. And then I think I have a senior golfer that's about 80. So we kind of run the gamut. So we say Native American kids, but it's really all sorts of Native American. It's promoting that healthy lifestyle, just the positive influence that sports can have on kids. This can become the true Olympics for Native American athletes and grow each of the sports. Most of the sports, some of them have doubled this year, just in the size, from the tennis entries to, basketball. We have 58 teams from all over the country coming in to compete. And so I think that, with each year you kind of learn new things, what you can do better and how you can get the word out to people. So that's what we're looking to do. We love our partnership with the Creek Nation. You guys do so much for us with the Muskogee Creek Nation, and Chief Tiger has been supportive from the very beginning of the concept of the game. So we love our partnership with the Creek Nation.
It's definitely a warm surprise to see the young ladies coming up and the young boys. I'll be able to talk to them afterwards tomorrow and kind of stress the importance that you got to keep moving with it, because these kids have a lot of talent. But being here and seeing all the young youth, Native youth, to represent your sport for Indian country is truly an honor. Right now, I finished college 2010. Right now, I've been on the Pro Tour for about a year and a half. I currently am a new ambassador for NABI. So it's, my mission statement is not only playing golf, but I work with Native youth, promoting wellness, education, and sports.
I get a kick coming out and watching the young kids play and enjoying themselves. I mean, it's the idea of having the Indians come out and play against each other and get to know each other. And these kids are from all over the United States. We've got kids from Florida and everything else here. So I mean, it's nice to have them here. Actually, Dad mentioned in earlier days that one of his dreams would be to get a junior Olympics with the Native American Indians. I mean, for them, and it's something that we've been trying to work at. This is a start with the Native American Games, and especially being that he was born here in Oklahoma, and they're having the games here. In fact, I mean, he lived here in Shawnee for a while and stuff like that. So I think he would just be as happy as could be. He's probably up there saying thanks,
Well, as we always like to say, it's good to have those follow-up stories when we have a commendable Native American athlete or politician, artist, that some good things continue to happen to. Jason Christie is certainly one of those.
Gerald, a professional angler that's been at it for about 6 years now on the FLW Tour, tried his hand this past year in the bass circuit, finished his very first Bassmasters Classic here. I know a lot of people were excited about that coming to Tulsa, right here in his backyard at his home lake. Jason was able to fish in that and finish 7th. He's got 2 wins, I think. He's one of the leading contenders for Rookie of the Year on the bass circuit, and one of his major sponsors. And if you ask him, his major most major sponsor, the Cherokee Nation, and because he is Cherokee, and you know that's one of the great things. We got the opportunity to go with him and talk a little bit about that, and you know some people might ask him about fishing, but not a lot of folks ask him about being a Cherokee Indian and wearing that logo. So that's what we're here for, and we really enjoyed going out with Jason Christie. We're out here on Ten Killer Lake, as you can see, and I'm joined by professional angler Jason Christie, Cherokee citizen, and man, we're here on your home lake, so I figured we'd come out and do a little bit of fishing today. What do you think? We're gonna catch some largemouth?
Absolutely. You know, it's blowing 25 or 30, but we got some storms coming in tonight, but I'd be betting that we can catch a few pretty quick.
Well, let's not waste our time anymore here sitting around. These fish ain't gonna catch themselves, so let's get out there and get them.
Let's get it. I got started like most guys that love fishing. You know, my dad, my mom, my uncles. Not only did they fish a lot, we deer hunted. We did everything outdoors. We hardly ever spent any time inside, and it not only made me fall in love with fishing and deer hunting, and just the outdoors. Anything outside, you know, whether it be softball or basketball, you know, just being outside, that got me hooked, and you know, I credit them to introducing me to the outdoors. You know, that's a big part. And most of the people that fish, you know, you got to start somewhere, and you got a dad or a grandpa or somebody that takes you fishing, and that's what, as a dad or a grandpa, you want to do is introduce these people, whether they like it or not. It's their choice, but at least you can say that you introduced them to it and gave them the opportunity to like fishing. Grand Lake's special to me. That's kind of the lake that got me into tournament fishing. That's where they paid a lot of money back in the day, and then to be able to fish not only a classic there, but my first Bassmaster Classic was really special, you know, and there was 54 of us fishing, so realistically I had a 1 in 54 chance of winning. You know, I was proud with what I did, but I'm really hoping that in the future they come back. I'd like to have another chance at them. You know, the Classic is a giant event, and a lot of people in Oklahoma realize that, and the people from Bass also realize that Oklahoma, you know, they love bass fishing, and that's why we had such a showing at the weigh-ins, and you know, the spectators. I mean, I had 75 or 80 spectators following me a day, and everybody just fell in love with it, and hopefully, you know, they come back. You know, Cherokee Nation sponsored that event, and it was just you know, a fit for the three of us to be involved together. I have a lot of sponsors, and my sponsors, they mean the world to me, but there's hardly ever a sponsor that someone gets where you actually have ties with it, you know, and being involved with the Cherokee Nation is you know, I got goosebumps now talking about it. It just means a lot. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, when I was a kid, it probably didn't mean that much, but the older I get, the more respect I get for the nation, the more respect I have for what they do for not only the people, but the state, you know, the highways and things like that. It just, it makes me appreciate it, and it makes me really proud to support, you know, the logo, not only in Oklahoma, but, you know, Florida. There's Cherokees in Florida and South Carolina, wherever I go. And you know what's funny is just when you think that you're out of Cherokee Nation, you pull over and you gas up, and you have a Cherokee Indian come over and say, hey, I see you got Cherokee Nation on the side of your vehicle and your boat. You know, are you sponsoring? And it strikes off a conversation. I haven't had one negative comment yet. You know, everybody's like, man, that's cool. We're proud of you, and hopefully, you know, the relationship continues. But you know, whether I'm sponsored by them in the future, you know, I'll always be Cherokee and be proud to say that I am.
Oh, great story there, Jace. I have to ask you, What was the lake that you all went fishing out on?
That is beautiful 10-Killer Lake there around the Keys community, and a little boat ramp there is called Sizemore. And I know a lot of folks in that area are like, oh, I know exactly where Sizemore's at. But good places around there. You know, Jason knows all kinds of places to fish in that area. And really, his big lake, though, is Grand. That's where he grew up on, was fishing in. And as we mentioned, you know, that's where the next tournament was. And really, that tournament is already over. Your winner of that tournament, Mr. Jason Christie. So congratulations to him. And Native News Today might just be the lucky rabbit's foot. He might have to take us every time he goes practicing.
There you go. Yeah. Certainly something that we wouldn't balk at or anything.
No.
And given our history of supporting sports teams or things like that, you know, it's good to certainly be of good luck as opposed to not being Cardinals, Yankees, a.k.a., you know.
What Gerald's referencing, folks, is the Native News Today curse. We have a time or two put the cart before the horse, maybe?
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's supposed to happen, though.
It's supposed to happen. If we say it here, it's supposed to happen. And it just, one of these days, I promise you, folks, I promise you this, the Yankees and Cardinals will meet in the World Series, and that week on Native News Today, it will be classic.
Well, they did meet one time, you know.
Well, yeah, but when we were able to enjoy it.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
what year was that? Do you remember?
1964.
See, neither one of us were even born.
Yeah. Well, I was 6 months old.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. But you know, it's one of those deals where if we ever see it, it's going to be classic. You know, Cardinals jersey, Yankees jersey. We'll have to break tradition.
And you, the fans, can let us know
Yes.
who you're supporting there.
Yeah, vote on Facebook or Twitter, because we are on Facebook and Twitter. But lots of great things happening out there on our Facebook and Twitter. A lot of people visiting, talking about the show. You know, we love that. We love the chance to get it out there any chance we can get. We've got a lot of places we're going to be coming up soon. As we mentioned, we'll be at the festival parade. You'll see us around the festival. Hey, don't be shy. You see me or Gerald walking around, come up. Hey, guys, love the show. Love what you do. Or hey, guys, don't like the show. You need to do this. What? No, never mind.
No,
we don't want any of those.
That's where we have security.
That's why we have security detail. Yes, exactly right. Yeah, folks are like, hey, you need to, you know, fix your hair or lack thereof in my case. But, yeah.
Hey, Jason, a quick thing about the festival, too, is we want to give a quick plug. A lot of events happening. You can go into the website as well, find them all. Bob Hicks, the director, we've had him on the show before. The Dawes Commission, the Creek Play, is debuting this weekend, Saturday night, 8 p.m. at the Mound Auditorium there in Okmulgee.
It's going to be awesome, man. A lot of people out. Going to check that out. As we talk about a lot of firsts at the play, I mean, at the festival, I think this might be the first play. So historical there in context. And Bob, we love Bob on this program, and always like seeing him get creative and do some things. So it'd be neat for people to go out and enjoy that. And just one more thing for people at the festival, you know, we might have people that love theater and the arts, and so it's an excellent chance for them to be a part of it too in that regard. Hey, if you can't catch us here on CW 1219, you can always catch us online. Go to the Creek Nation homepage. There, go under our heading and find Native News Today in the departments list. You can check out all of our material we've had on recent shows, things like that. So it's a lot of fun, and you always check us out on Facebook and Twitter.
That's right. We appreciate you joining us here. For our producer, Jared Moore, and all those that make Native News Today so great. You take care, and in the meantime, God bless.
And we'll see you soon.